Welcome back to Session 0, where I discuss Dungeon World every Wednesday. But today is Thursday, because today's part 2 of Brianne's trek through the garden, the smuggling tunnel between the forest and Isond. Alright, I did shuffle, or I am shuffling, the dungeon deck, all except for the queens, because I've already used those plot points. So I'm just going to set those aside. The queen plot point is already very prominent in this dungeon. I hope I can get a jack or a king. I almost hope I can get one of each, but if I only get one of them, I hope I get a king. I really like the jack plot point, but the king, I want to tie this part of the world into Ravenwood, which is my other solo series. So we're going to start here on this passageway, and I have 3 more common rooms before I get to the next unique room, which is another treasure room. So let's see what the next common room is. That is going to be another common, or another corridor, although there is a little bit of a room in it. But that has an enemy. I'm not even going to ask the Oracle if these enemies flee, because I know they're not. There are no yeses left in my answer pool. So do these enemies flee? No and person. I think this is an opportunity where there is someone here in this dungeon who is alive. I'm going to go ahead and flip another card from my deck here. Oh, that's interesting. Caldor, an honest thief with a lantern. Ooh, that lantern is good because if I can get that lantern, I might not have to use any more of my torches, or I wouldn't have to use any more of my torches. And I like that he's an honest thief. That's interesting. Here in the Thieves Guild smuggling tunnel. So I do have to find out how many rats there are. There are D6 rats. Come on, give me a low number. I have been rolling a lot of 6s. 1. There's 1 rat here. And I think Caldor goes ahead and just dispatches that rat. I'm not going to have to deal with it. But I am going to have some dialogue with this thief. I think Calder's going to jump back a bit, surprised at seeing someone else, and he's actually going to kind of be relieved that there are some living people here, because he hasn't seen anyone alive either. I think, because there is a part of the dungeon which I haven't used, there is an altar which probably has a shrine on it that I can push a button to turn the light on in the dungeon. I think Caldor is going to say, I couldn't get the lights on, because he doesn't know who Brianne is. He thinks Brianne may be another guild member. I'm going to say, I couldn't get the lights on, the altar has been destroyed by the earthquake. And I think, I never named that wizard. Oh, I can't use Medlin, because Medlin is already the name of a ranger I've met. Simon. Oh, and he's got a tome, so that fits for that wizard. I'm going to say that wizard is Simon. And maybe that's why Calder was taken off guard. He thought maybe this person was Simon, but Brianne is way too small to be Simon, because Brianne is a halfling. But he does go ahead and say, hey, I couldn't get the lights on. I'm looking for Simon. I thought you were Simon. I know he was tracking down the earth elemental, trying to get it out of this dungeon. Brianne's going to say, oh, I just met with Simon. He's in trouble, just a couple rooms farther to the west. But brother, please, I'm running out of torches. Can I borrow your your lantern, because I'm trying to get to Isond. I have urgent business in Isond. Now, he's just not going to give it up, even if it was a fellow guild member, but I think he knows that Simon will be able to make all the light they need. So what I'm going to do, I am going to... I don't know if I want to defy danger or just do like a charisma roll. No, you know what? This is parlay because I do have something this character wants. I know the location of Simon, and that's who he's looking for. So this is going to be a parlay, but I do have a -1, so I'm probably still not going to. I'm probably still not going to get it. So I have shuffled this. Let's do a parlay, -1. That's a 3. I need another 4 or better. And I get a 2. That's 6 for a total of 5. Let's mark another XP. I'm sorry, sister. I need this. I need light. I already told you the altar has been destroyed. Yeah, Simon can make light, but I don't know what's going on in these tunnels. I do get to make a move. And I think it's a move I wanted to make earlier, but I forgot about. I'm going to use up resources. As this conversation is happening, her torch, fades and dies. It has been running low, burning low, and she knew it was going to happen soon. That's why she was trying to get this lantern. So she's going to have to burn another torch. She has 3. She pulled 3 out of her adventuring gear, so she lights one up. And now she's down to only 2. One unused and 1 burning. Brianne says, I understand. Godspeed. Basically, she is wanting to just get away. She doesn't want this Calder now to understand that she's not even a guild member. So she says, no worries. Go ahead. Go find Simon. So Calder is going to set off to the west to find Simon. I'm going to save these with the manor, the curious cultist we found earlier. And I'm going to do something which I wanted to do right at the beginning of this, and I forgot. She has 1 more poultices and herbs left, so she is going to use that. She ended with 2 HP last time. She's going to take that, get back up to 9. So let's go ahead and go into the next common room. 5 of spades. Has this hidden thing been discovered? No and. No and rats. I think this is going to be another trap. Something the guild would be very, very aware of and be able to bypass. But there is a trap in here. She does have a fresh torch. I don't think she's going to have the opportunity to look around much because of these rats. How many rats? Please give me another low number. Of course, there's going to be 6 rats in this room. That could be bad, because the way I'm doing these, I'm kind of doing them with the horde rules, where when they attack, they get an additional +1 for each other member. So this would be a +5 attack. So I've got to decide what I want to do here. I said she had 3 health, or 2 health. She actually had 3. So those poultices and herbs take her back up to 10. And I also said +5 attack. What I meant is +5 damage. If she gets hit by these rats, she's going to take +5 damage, which is not something I want to be dealing with right now. They do a D4, so it would be D4 +5. So I think she's going to just take off to the north, trying to avoid these rats. However, that is going to be a defy danger because there is a trap in this room, and the danger here is that she may trip this trap. So I'm going to do defy danger. I'm going to do it with dexterity because have you ever been around like a spider and you don't want to step on it and you just kind of want to jump over it, so you just kind of tiptoe? That is, and maybe that's just me, but I think that's what she's going to do. So that is kind of dexterity, and that's probably a little bit of cheating, but I'm doing that to get +1 because she's a halfling. She's just going to try to dance around these rats. So I will get a +1. 5 is a good start. Oh, that is perfect. That's 9 +1 for my halfling gives me a 10. That is exactly what I needed in this case. Not only is she going to avoid these rats, she's very luckily also not going to trigger whatever trap was here. So let's go into the final common room in this column. 3 of diamonds. I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to put it this way so that we can go north or west. So, there is some treasure in here which has not been discovered. No, the treasure here hasn't been discovered, and clubs. I'm actually glad this came up right here. This means now that all 4 of my queens are gone, and when I go into the next common room, I will get either a jack or a king, getting a new plot point. So, the treasure here hasn't been discovered, and enemies. This room is a little bit easier. It only has 3 rats in it. So what is Brianne gonna do? You know, she has not gotten much treasure here. That wasn't her goal. She didn't enter the dungeon to get treasure. She entered it as a shortcut back to Isond, which has not proven too much of a shortcut. But I don't think she's concerned with treasure, at least not here. So she's going to continue on. I think this is going to be another defy danger, not because of a trap, but because if she misses the roll, these rats are going to get an attack on her. So she's going to move. I'm going to say she's moving west. Attempt to move west. 3. Oh man, 9 plus my 1 again because I'm giving her +1 for being a small halfling is another 10. She gets through here without any problem. Let me shuffle these up. That has been 2 really good rolls, which means, you know, the next ones are going to be garbage. It's just the way it works. So now let's go into unique area number 4. I know there is a lot more treasure in this room. There are some ingredients and tools for potion making. There could be a potion of healing or a poison in here. I'm really hoping for potion of healing because now she is out of healing materials. She's used both poultices and herbs, both healing potions. Let's get a unique room. King of Diamonds. King of Diamonds fits with the treasure. So she's going to move in here. This passageway right here was destroyed in the earthquake. There's just rubble in this passageway. She couldn't go south here if she wanted to. Could not happen. And King is interesting because now King definitely has markings with, or there are chests in here which have Ravenwood on them. So that is going to go ahead and tie my Ravenwood campaign into this one. And honestly, I hope the final room is a king also, because then that is going to tie Dracoi, who is the vampire superintendent of the Ravenwood Asylum, excuse me, to Lady Anika and Isond. So what's going on in this room? Treasure hasn't been discovered. No and treasure is perfect. Because I know there is already a lot of treasure in this room. So she's going to see all these things. She immediately recognizes them as potion ingredients, things to make potions, potion bottles, potion tools. So she's going to be on the lookout specifically for healing potions or something she can use for healing. So that's discern realities. Oh, there it starts. That's a 1, and her wisdom is -1. So even if I get a 6 here, this will be a failed roll. 3 minus 1 is 2. Let's mark another experience. She doesn't find a healing potion. She sees a lot of ingredients. I wonder if... Now, I'm gonna go ahead and have her fail that roll, but I'm gonna ask a simple yes or no. If she finds any like rare ingredient that she can make money on later. No, she doesn't. She's gonna rest in this room a little bit though. She's getting tired. She doesn't know how much longer she has to go. I know how much longer she has to go. She has 2 more common areas and 1 more unique area before she gets out of this dungeon. Enemies in the next column are interesting. They're going to be thieves, so that thieves can show up without being people. And if she gets a club on the final room, it's going to be a heist crew, maybe trying to get into the tunnel. So that's very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and move north. Actually, let's move west just to utilize some of my space here better. I am making some decisions based solely on the available space I have here under my camera. So let's move west. 9 of clubs. That is going to be a thief. Let's put it this way. And again, this is a corridor that was destroyed by rubble. So she's going to meet a thief in here. This thief is not going to flee. And treasure. I think this is a thief member guild, a thief guild member attempting to utilize the tunnel for its purpose. He has something, he or she has something they're trying to smuggle out of Isond. Pendrel, vengeful pilgrim. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna say this thief's name is Pendrel. He does have a dagger though. He's got it all wrapped up. So Brianne doesn't see what it is, but it's this dagger that Pendrel is trying to smuggle out of town. And you can do all kinds of things with that dagger. I think you can go like Game of Thrones here. Or I think I shouldn't say that. I think I am going to go Game of Thrones here. This is a dagger that was used to attempt to kill someone noble, some noble son. And Pendrel is having to smuggle it out of town, probably to frame someone else for it. So that's an interesting development. I'm going to put that aside. Now, and that is that treasure there. Brianne, because her father was a guild member, knows the proper signs or code word maybe to give to a thief to say, I'm one of you. So she's going to give that sign and say, be careful, brother. This place is full of rats, and Simon is battling the earth elemental that probably caused the earthquake farther to the west. Just be careful. I've got to get to Isond. I've got urgent news to give. And that thief is just going to accept that because she was able to give the password. I'm marking off. I always forget until later to mark off those areas and those words in the left column. Doing that now. One more common room. The only direction she can move is north because this passageway is blocked. Let's get a common room. There's a king, which I can't use. 9 of spades. Let's go this way. This hidden thing has not been discovered, and person. This is going to be another guild member, but not a potential enemy. This does get kind of blurred because person, and because I have thief as my common area enemy, you know, things get a little wonky here. This can just be another thief. And these hidden things have not been discovered. So I'm just going to say that this is another living guild member thief. Aldred, who is intelligent. He's a sage. He knows of the struggle that Simon is having with this earth elemental. So that's his purpose here. He is trying to get down there to help Simon. Brianne again gives the symbol. I'm a member. Hey, I'm just trying to get to Isond. If you're looking for Simon, I can tell you exactly where to go. A lot of these passages have been destroyed by rubble, but head south into the next chamber, east, east, south, west, west. You're going to get to Simon. He's going to need some help. Aldred says, thank you so much. Godspeed on your own journey. Going to get past him. There's a hidden thing in here, though. I'm going to say it is another trap. She's going to, because nothing dire has happened, she is going to spend some time looking around. She is going to discern realities. 6 is good. Even, well, if I get a 1, I don't make it. Ooh, double 6. 12, that's a 10. That's the first time I'm going to get to ask 3 questions on discern realities. So I'm going to pause the video for a moment and think about which questions, you probably can't see those, think about which questions I want to ask. So I'm definitely going to ask, what should I be on the lookout for? Definitely there is a pit trap in this room. The thieves know where this is and how to avoid it. Brianne would not. She is going to see it. And I'm going to say that's just going to allow her to jump over that trap. Now, I'll shuffle these decks, or this deck while I'm talking. I guess I can ask what is useful or valuable to me. Now, this could be really interesting. There is a lever high up on the wall. Maybe a little bit too tall for her to see. To see without, specifically looking for it. And that is going to temporarily disable traps here in the dungeon. That is something she wished she had seen a long time ago, because she's actually getting ready to go into her final room. So she's going to see this, and she doesn't know what it is. I think that's what I'll do. She's not going to use it to disable the traps because she doesn't know what it does. She only knows she sees this lever, but that would be useful to her. I do get one more question. Who's in control here? And I think the answer to that, really at this point, is just the Earth Elemental. That is what everyone who is every living member of the Thieves Guild is concerned with right now is that Earth Elemental. So at the very least, I did find the trap and am able to avoid it. Now let's go into our final unique room. Hoping for a jack, but I'll take a king as well. Jack, I do get my... There's another... Well, I can do it that way in this case. I do get my ghost. And this is actually a good place for the ghost. Because it's the final room in the dungeon. This is the stairway that leads up to the clock tower in Isond, which is the start of the tunnel. Now, hidden thing, have hidden things been discovered? No and person. Person actually works really well here because I have that there is a city guard stationed on the outside of this. So there is going to be a door, and technically that city guard is on the other side of the door. So I'm not going to put any more people in this room. There's that 10 of hearts. I keep forgetting that you can't see above that line. There is something hidden in here though. And this could actually play well with this ghost also. Who is this ghost? This is Seraphine, a wise druid. Seraphine made a promise to her husband. She was a guild member, and she told her husband, you know, I'm through with the Thieves Guild. It's been nothing but problems. But she died during the earthquake. And I think maybe her husband thinks that she just ran off. He doesn't know about the tunnel and the earthquake because he's not a member of the Thieves Guild. So Seraphine made this promise, and she can't fulfill it because technically, I shouldn't say that. She can't. It's not that she can't fulfill it. It's that she's haunting this area because she wants her husband to know the truth. She was giving it up, but she died in the earthquake. So there's going to be a conversation between them. She wants Brianne to go inform her husband. Please tell him I've died and I love him and I can't pass on until I let him know that I haven't run off. I died here on my last day in the Thieves Guild. So what is Brianne gonna do? That is the question. Brianne is evil and selfish. So she may tell Seraphine, I will do this for you. But maybe she's just saying that to get out of the dungeon, and she has no intention of doing it. I think that's what happens. She says this, I'll do this for you, but Seraphine is wise, and she can read Brianne's facial expressions and says, I don't believe you, but if you do this for me and for my family, I will tell you a great secret regarding some of the crates and boxes, some of the materials in the dungeon. I do know some very powerful people involved in this dungeon, and I can give you lots of information that might help you in the future. So this is something that Brianne needs to think about. I think the hidden thing in this room is that information that only Seraphine can give her. So that's going to be interesting. So she is going to promise to Seraphine that she will find her husband. Seraphine tells her where they lived together. Seraphine will tell her, I'll give you this information. Brianne is going to say, it's a deal. She's going to move on. Now, I'm going to put her right here. And now she's going to interact with this city guard who is on the other side of this door. I'm going to ask a question. Is this guard under the Thieves Guild's thumb? Is this a guard who has been paid by the Thieves Guild? No. No, but that doesn't mean he is not going to take a bribe. So we're going to have a conversation with this guy. Brianne might just try to kill him and move on, but then that would draw suspicion to the tunnel. I think she's just going to hold up that coin pouch that she found. It's got 3 coin in it. Says, "Thanks for your trouble, Governor." And I don't know why I said that. She's not British. But she's going to say, "Thanks for your trouble." And hands him this coin. And I think he's just going to wink at her and say, "Have a nice day." And let her into the city. Now I do want to do 2 things when I get into the city. Number 1, I really like the outstanding warrants move. She has definitely caused trouble here before. She's going to roll plus charisma. Now her charisma is -1, which means some really bad things can happen here. And actually, I'm going to back up just a moment. The guard doesn't just say, "Hey, have a great day," and take her money. I'm going to wait and see what happens with this roll first. I am at -1. 4 is a decent start. That's only a 3. So if I get a 4, 5, or 6, 50% chance I will only get the 7 to 9. Oh man, look at that. Another 10. And if her charisma hadn't been so bad, I would have gotten out of there fine. But I am going to get the 7 to 9 option. So, people recognize me. The word spreads that I'm back in town. On a 7 to 9, I have to choose a complication. There could be a warrant. Someone could have a price on my head. Someone important has been put in a spot. I think this guard is going to take her coin, say thank you kindly, and someone has put a warrant out for her arrest, but this guard is not going to arrest her. Oh man. This guard is not going to arrest her. This guard is going to let her know, "Hey, I know who you are. I know you're not a member of this Thieves Guild. Just be warned that there is a warrant out for your arrest." And that's where she's going to be left off. Now, I think I'm going to do the cinematic thing and just smash cut to her residence, wherever she lives. And I think she had to be a little bit dodgy and sneak into her place because there's a warrant out for her. But she does make it in. Once she gets in, she's going to rest. She's going to lay down and rest, and this is going to give her an opportunity to level up. So I'm going to spend 8 of my XP. She's going to gain a level. Because of the way I generated the stats for Brianne, I only care about the modifiers and not the actual attribute scores. So I'm just going to raise one of my numbers. I think combat and dealing damage is one of the most boring things in Dungeon World. But I think I'm going to raise her strength to +1. Because that's what she does. She is a fighter. And I normally wouldn't take the merciless advanced move because, again, that's boring. Dealing extra damage is boring. But because she is a merciless fighter, I think it makes sense for her to take the merciless move. She's going to take merciless. She's going to get that extra damage, which will help her, again, in a fight. If she's only taking one swing, or if she's only going to hit one out of every 3 or 4 swings, it needs to matter. She's going to take merciless for the extra damage. Then we're going to go ahead and do the end of session move. I don't have any bonds, so I'm not going to worry about that. Have I been evil? That's interesting because I'm not sure. I have done evil things, I have done selfish things, but I don't think that fulfills her alignment trigger. So I'm going to say no on that. Have I learned something new about the world? I think I have. I think I learned about Ravenwood through those crates. And that's not on my map yet, so I'll have to add Ravenwood to my map, probably in the swamp. And I've learned that potentially Lady Anika has something to do with the Smugglers Guild. I can see 2 cases. Either she is part of the guild and smuggling stuff through the tunnel, or she was robbed pretty badly and her stuff is just moving through the smuggling tunnel. Those are a couple options I have, and I'll just play to find out what happens there. So I am going to get an XP for that. I have not destroyed any memorable monsters, and I don't have any memorable treasure. So that's where it's going to end. I am going to get 1 additional XP. So that's it. That was the run of Brianne through the Garden, the secret name for the smuggling tunnel. Let me know in the comments some mistakes I made. I know I've made some mistakes. I've, number one, made some rule mistakes, but I've also said the wrong word at times. That's just going to happen, especially when you're recording a solo play. But like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Thanks for watching, and I hope you come back next week. Have a great day.